Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Robyn Zimmerman, along with Steve Gaito. You know him as a certified financial planner, but he also is the founder and owner of Retirement Resource Management, which is a great resource website and company to help people understand their retirement and plan for retirement. But today we're really talking about the topic of generosity and giving. And there's an organization called Journey of Generosity, and you just went to a retreat.
I did. It was down in St. Simon's Island, and I got invited by a friend of mine that works with the National Christian Foundation. He said, Steve, you're involved in all kinds of fundraising. Your clients are involved with giving. I think this will be a great thing. So my expectations going down there was, I'm going to learn a few things on how to convince people to give money. And it was so far away from that. You can't imagine.
It's truly about, the heart of giving and really what that means and why it's important. And you don't have to be wealthy to be generous. Right?
Absolutely.
Was that kind of the premise?
It's a safe place to talk about money.
Okay.
And that's important because they never ask for anything. There was no cost to going to this retreat other than your housing. I had to get a hotel room down in St. Simon's, which not too bad. But it's all about just having those conversations. What does generosity look like? Who is generous? Why are they generous? And one of the big takeaways was, when you see a generous person, are they ever upset?
No,
they've got
happy.
Joy just permeating through every bit of them. And yet you find those that are worried about every little detail and managing everything that they have to the nth degree. And they're usually uptight and tense, and there's not that joy there.
So is it small groups? You meet in small groups and you watch videos and read. So talk a little bit more about the details of
5 segments that they walk through, and it's typically over a day, 24 hours. Ours was broken up into 2 days. It was from noon till whenever we got done that night, and then it was breakfast, and then we left at 12 o'clock. But as we walk through each one of them, you share a lot about your own personal history. Think about the first time someone was generous to you. What did that mean? And I thought back to my grandfather and some of those stories, and it was just real touching there. But more importantly, each one of the videos was on a theme of who really owns your assets.
Right. And share the story of the rice video.
Yeah.
I think that's
It's a powerful story. It's one of the poorest villages in India.
Right.
And the church there was struggling, and they had an idea. They said, let's share, each time you have a meal, take a handful of rice out of there, because that was their primary food source, and set it aside, and they gave that to the church. The church then took it all and sold the rice in the local community. And eventually this morphed into a huge organization that sent out ministers and missionaries throughout India, and about $13 million worth of a budget out of a handful of rice. And I thought, wow, that's a great fundraising story. And then the closing part is, it wasn't about the money that they raised. It was that feeling that I am worth enough to give something away. And that really hit me hard, because I've always, if I'm doing fundraising, it's who has the resources, who can do it, and yet everybody has the capacity, everybody has the hardwire to give. It's just everybody gives in different ways.
And it is about money, but it's also about your talents and your personal gifts that you can give to others.
Yeah. So a big takeaway for my wife and I was, we're trying to figure out what retirement looks like. Here I am, a retirement planner, and I'm the last person I'm dealing with. And so we've struggled with that. And it was, how much is enough? And I, for the first time in probably 10 years, sat down with my own stuff and said, wow, I'm really real good shape. I don't need any more money
to
be
live
able to live comfortably. And so we're looking at creating a retreat center on our farm where we can have people come up and be part of this journey to generosity. But I got certified as a trainer for them. And if a host family is interested in hosting one of these events, I'd love to talk to them about it and show them what, there's a couple videos I shared with you. But just so they can, in their community, 4 or 5 couples sit down and have these discussions.
Whether it's a neighborhood or even a church whatever. And so is there a website, besides your website, there's the the generousgiving.org.
Yeah, that gives you
site,
some
too,
background
and
on
the
the,
videos.
on the organization. But give me a call. I'd love to talk to people. It's something that's new. I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be something that I will love to do probably the rest of my life.
I know. I've never seen you quite so excited about anything. We talked about it last month, so we've got to talk about Journey of Generosity.
It's a
So
great
thank you.
organization. And
Yeah.
when you hear the success stories, there's everything from the rice story that I gave, that a man that owns a multi-million-dollar company that was giving away $1 million a year. A month. I'm sorry, a month.
A month
A month.
to different,
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate
Thank
our
you.
time is up.
Oh.
Good job. Thank you. And appreciate you being with us.